Hi, my name is Eric Daw from OmniFit, and I got some great advice for you today, folks. And it doesn't have to do with the muscles you have right here, but the thing I want you to focus on more is the muscle up here. And the muscle, when I talk about up here, is the mindset you need to achieve your goal this year. A lot of times we can focus on the exercises and the diet and all the other stuff, but we're going to be focusing on the mindset. So as I like to say, let's get into it. So folks, I have the opportunity to speak to a lot of seniors when it comes to getting stronger, losing weight in particular, those two. As you folks mentioned in the community section, those were the main things you wanted me to talk about. So when it comes to those two things, I've recognized and I've realized when speaking to people that a lot of people have had these goals for many years. Not 1 year, not 2 years, sometimes over 10 years. And what is the distinction for those that have goals that they want to achieve something and have been able to achieve them and not so much? Well, I'm going to actually break it down into one main point for point number one. Comparing your needs to your wants. The thing I've realized after speaking to people, the people that achieve their goals make it necessary to achieve their goals. It's not a nice to have or I'd like to do that, but it's I have to do it. And why I have to do it is because it's going to change my independence. It's going to make me still do the activities I love to do. It's going to make me allowed to get on the ground to play with my grandkids. It's going to actually change their life in ways to make it better and improve it or maintain the independence they have and still be able to do the things, whether it be traveling or whatever it is, as opposed to just being a nice thing or I'd like to do it or maybe I'll get to that. So is your goal a need or is it a want? Point number one, the mindset you need to have, it has to be a need. So point number two, folks, how many of you have heard the old Chinese proverb, a long journey starts with the first single step? I may have butchered it, folks, but you know what I mean. It all starts with that first step. So why I say that is when it comes to your goals, whether it be lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, put X amount of pounds of muscle on, whatever the goal you may have, folks, are you taking that small step? And also, are you actually celebrating small victories on the way to the bigger victory? The micro victory on the way to the macro victory. So a lot of times where I feel that people really trip up when it comes to their goals, whatever it is, they're only focused on the big picture and not the small ones. So when things come up, when they actually have a little bit of disappointment or something doesn't work the way they want to, this is where they usually fall off the wagon or they have problems. So point number two, as the old Chinese proverb says, focus on the small things on the way to the bigger picture. So folks, for point number three, how many of you have flown in a plane? If I was to guess by all the people watching this video, I would say probably 80, 90 or more % of you at some point have been and flown in a plane. And if I was to take it one step further, for those that have been in a plane, how many of you have felt turbulence? So what I mean by turbulence, you know that feeling when you get in a plane and it really starts shaking and it feels really uncomfortable? And at that point, you're wondering, is this plane gonna stay in the air? We've all felt turbulence, particularly when flying. But we've also felt turbulence just in our life. Problems, particularly when it comes to achieving our goals. So specifically when it comes to achieving your goals, what are some turbulence? Some of it is your past failures, meaning that the things you've done in the past that you continue to think of, I can't achieve this, or this is the reason why I can't achieve it because of what I failed with in the past. Turbulence. Your family also viewing you only a certain way, and sometimes your family not helping or not contributing or not supporting you on your way to your goal. Turbulence. Sometimes it's just life. Life sometimes just has things in your life that cause turbulence, whether it be your family, whether it be your friends, or the biggest one is the person in the mirror, yourself. So what things are causing turbulence in your life that In a plane, we can all say we've been able to negotiate that turbulence when you're flying in a plane to still get to your destination. Are you able to negotiate the turbulence yourself, your family, your friends, or any sort of outside or internal influences to still get to your goal? Point number 3. So folks, I know you have a goal in 2022, and I'd love for all of you to achieve it. But are you actually following the points number 1, point number 2, and point number 3? Are you actually doing the things necessary, or are you just waiting for another year to go by and be in the same position again? But as I said before, we need to have the right mindset. More importantly, before we get into the exercise, the diet, and all the other stuff, is your mindset right? And I'd love to hear if this is a problem for you. Please leave in the comments. I'd love to help you out in some way or even respond. On that note, folks, those that are watching, please subscribe. I know you're watching, subscribe, hit the like button. On that note, this is Eric Daw from OmniFit. Take care.